My name is Zyad. I go by Majin Zyad. I'm 20 years old, man. I'm a musician, producer, rapper, singer. I started at 13. Like that's when I started making my own music, but I only started taking it seriously when I was 15. So I've been taking it seriously for like 5 years now. I always knew I wanted to do music. When I was a little kid, I always performed some of my favorite artists' songs when I was a little kid, and I had the talent for it. Like I was doing the dance moves, I was hitting the notes, I was doing all of that. Every family function, I'd be performing something, and I always loved doing it. So I knew that like I wanted to do something music based since I was a little kid. My favorite artist is Michael Jackson. I love Michael Jackson, Bruno Mars, The Weeknd. On the rap side, my favorite rapper is Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, J. Cole, Kanye, X. Bro, I just love music, bro. Like my favorite guitarist of all time is Jimi Hendrix. And I love Jimi Hendrix and the Experience. I listen to a lot of dad rock, so Jimi Hendrix, Eddie Van Halen, Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Arctic Monkeys, My Chemical Romance, Panic at the Disco. Bro, I listen to everything, you know. So I don't have like I have favorites for sure, but it fluctuates all the time. So depending on the day, it could be different. But my favorite has always been Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson. I've always produced and recorded in my room. The luxury of doing that is I'm pretty sure Travis Scott said it in an interview before. He said that if you're a creative and you know how to do something by yourself, 100% of the time do it by yourself. Like that you don't have to rely on people. You know, if you rely on people and those people betray you or those people ice you out or something, right? You're kind of fucked, you know? So it's always good to know how to do things by yourself. I've always known how to record by myself. I used to, when I first started, when I was 13, I used to record on my phone on a GarageBand. As time progressed, my mom bought me my first mic at 15. It was a $30 Amazon mic, and that was with that mic is how I recorded the majority of my music up until like all of my music actually up until like the beginning of 2025, and then 2025 is when I finally bought my first ever mic, you know. And yeah, you just learn how to do everything by yourself, and it's calm, you know. I'm a very cathartic type of artist. I like putting my emotion into it, you know. In that EP, I was mad as shit, you know. So and you hear it in every song. In every song, I'm like evoking that anger with everything I say, you know. And I don't censor my words. I don't censor myself. I don't care like about people's feelings, how they would see my songs, and all of that. I take a lot of inspiration from Tyler and from Eminem in regards to that. But yeah, just like the process of creating is the best part about being an artist. Creating and performing, the best part. I used to set myself time every day to write down a verse or make a beat, and I set that time every day, you know. So it would be like an hour, 2 hours a day, and that's specifically for creating. But the flaw about that way of creation is that you're forcing yourself to be creative. Anytime art is being forced, it's kind of uninspired, you know. So recently I've just allowed myself to live life and like to allow myself to sit with my emotions and sit with my thoughts, you know, and consume a lot of music, because when you consume a lot of different types of music, different sounds play in your head, you know. I just allow myself to sit with my thoughts and sit with my lyrics and I don't rush it anymore, you know. So sometimes it can hit me while I'm in the bus, sometimes it can hit me while I'm in class, it can hit me while I'm at work, uh, it can hit me while I'm in the gym, it can hit me while I'm in the shower. It can hit me anywhere, you know. So it's not like a fixed thing, but I know that when it hits me, I have to write it down, because or else I don't know, God's gonna give the idea to somebody else. You feel me? So yeah, a lot of things in my personal life that I'm not gonna like really say it like publicly, but like a lot of bullshit in my personal life that like accumulated. It's a whole bunch of different facets in my life. It can be things from work, things from my relationships with people, things from my frustrations with my current state in music. You know, like I have a lot of frustrations that I keep dormant, and that I don't have a lot of chances to talk about it with people because they don't relate to my situation. You know, so when you're left stuck feeling like you're the only person who gets what you're going through, you feel me, and nobody like cares enough to ask you what's up or something, right? putting it all into your music is a very therapeutic and healthy way. Like I'd say if you're a creative, put all of your emotions all into your work, especially if you don't have a good support system around you, you know? So it was more so and I do that with every project that I have. I had another one named Charlotte EP. I was down, bro. I was depressed at that time. You feel me? And bro, I just put it all into the music, cuz you can't in this life you can't rely too much on other people. You only got yourself in this life. So yeah, just a therapeutic way for me is putting my cathartic side into my music. That's how I go about it, bro. I love performing so much, bro. It's just a real feeling. It's just a real feeling because you don't expect people to like mosh to your music like that. But then after like when you do it and you're like and you have like a lot of energy and the people watching you are reciprocating that energy, right? You feel unstoppable, bro. You feel like you're on top of the world. It can be a small venue. It doesn't matter like how many people are in the venue. Just like the feeling of performing is one of the best feelings ever. You feel me? Like when I get bigger, I want to like push the envelope on like what you can do like on a stage. It's gonna be crazy. You feel me? I'm in a process right now where I'm sort of like I wouldn't say changing my brand, but like I'm sort of focusing on a certain aesthetic, with my music. And once that aesthetic is established, that's when I'm gonna start going crazy with the shows. You feel me? There's no like I wouldn't say I'm planning to do a lot of shows now because there's no demand for it. And when there's low demand and you supply, you're not gonna receive as much benefit as when there's a high demand and you don't supply, you know? So I'm waiting until there's a high demand. I'm waiting for like when people go like, yo, Majin Zyad, when's the next show? Da 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 da. Then that's when you supply and it goes crazy. So for now, I'm focused on just the music, and figuring how to promote it to reach the next level, and then I'm gonna start performing again. As a creative, you should develop a community around you that is like-minded, and that you can collaborate with, and that collaboration will result into something high level. And make sure you always collaborate with people that complement you, that you guys have similar styles, or even if you don't have similar styles, but it leads to something greater that you guys couldn't have accomplished alone. I think that that's very, very important. The distinction when I say that it's always best to do things alone is I mean that like you can't rely on people. You can't expect to hold like a great importance into somebody else for your creative vision. You know, when you collab with someone, it should be a shared creative vision that you guys need to accomplish together. But separated, you guys should also be able to accomplish your vision. So it should add on to your abilities. You shouldn't seek your abilities on other people, if that makes sense. So yeah, like collaboration is very, very important, especially as a musician. Very, very important. Art is very saturated, so knowing as many people as you can definitely benefit you. Just don't rely on it. Yeah, Musi Elias. We've been homies since high school. Like I love him so much, and he like what's it called? Like we have a rivalry going on. So like every single time he drops something in his heat, I gotta drop something in his heat, and like we like complement each other in that way. But it's been a long time. Like last time I collaborated with him was on the song Scuba on my mixtape, like I Hate Writer's Block, right? We have a whole collab tape from when we were in high school, right? But like we need to start collaborating again more because we really like push each other to do our best. Matthew Mullings, Marlo. There's this. I'm pretty sure he's like 16 or 17, bro. There's this producer named Marlo, right? He recently joined House of K. Um, that man is an absolute mad lad. You feel me? Like he made the beat for Don't Get Involved on the Romance and Reversed It, bro. I'm saying that beat is stupid. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Prince Juno. He's hard. Jay Dunny, he's hard. I'm sure there's like more people. Bonafide. I haven't collaborated with Bonafide yet, but based on what I heard from him, he's nice, you know. So, yeah, I met Santana when I was at my first year of uni in Carleton, you know, and like a couple months later or a year later, like we drifted, and then after we connected back, right, and we like started talking about, oh, let's make a collective, you know. As time went on, we had like our first wave of House of K, which is like eight people, you know, but that didn't work out. We tried again like a while later, with Matthew, you know, but like in between the first wave and Matthew, we dropped a collab tape called Square on the Hypotenuse. That one was fucking fire, you know. And then yeah, we met Matthew. I met Matthew at by that point I was at U Ottawa, you know. So I met Matthew at Desmarais building, you know, and we just connected through Instagram and stuff like that. I showed him to Isaiah. He eventually joined House of K, and then from there just build, you know.
What advice would you give to someone who's looking to get into making music?
Follow your laws of the universe, and follow the metaphysical. Enter the process of creating music. First off, only create music if you truly love it. You know what I'm saying? Don't create music just cause you see that it's a market that's working. You know, don't do that. Like, cause you're not gonna reach any longevity when you do that. You know, and you're not gonna have any patience when you do that as well. Enter the music industry with the mindset that you want to be the best artist possible. You know, that doesn't mean you want to be the biggest artist in the world. That doesn't mean you want to be the best rapper or the best producer in the world. By that I just mean like always keep your mind open and always learn things. You know, because you can never not learn things. I'm pretty sure even Kanye West is learning things. You know, just always keep an open mind and watch out who's on your corner. I would say that. Yeah, like watch, because bro, the music industry is a shady business, bro. You feel me? So it's really hard to avoid the people you don't like. If I would say that. New albums, no, but releases, yes. Like I have a bunch of singles already lined up, already cooking, and it's like some of the best shit I've ever made so far. You know what I'm saying? A lot more R&B based, and a lot more like melodic bass. I'm trying to rap less, you know, and I'm trying to like have a more focused direction with my music. 2026, we're really elevating, bro. I fully believe it. You know what I'm saying? Follow the laws of the universe, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, what's it called? Like I'm putting myself in a frequency where I'm already abundant of everything I want in this life. So as long as I keep moving like a person who's abundant, I'm fine, you know? So yeah, bro.